By our guest from Rotterdam. Thank you very much, Philip Hammond. As we saw earlier, this isn't the first time that this village has been flooded, even in living memory. But the rainfall of the last few weeks has been extraordinarily high. The suggestion is it may be to do with climate change, and if so, we better get used to this sort of thing. Well, Nick Miller is a meteorologist and so ought to know what he's talking about.
We will start to see that rain intensify.
And again, more rain.
The gales will begin to ease down.
Nice band of rain with lots of showers.
It moves quite smartly.
The wetter conditions.
If it seems the forecasts coming from the BBC Weather Centre are stuck on repeat, it's because the weather so far this winter has been singing just one tune, wet and windy. The product of a very active jet stream driving deep areas of low pressure across the Atlantic. One after another, and here comes another. But if it seems hard to remember a time when our weather wasn't like this, well, it shows how quickly we forget. This time last year, a prolonged spell of easterly winds were about to produce our coldest spring in 50 years. And at the start of 2012, the displaced jet stream was blamed as we stared down the barrel of the worst drought since 1976. All very different weather patterns, but with a common link. Each of them persisted for many months. The Met Office has published its analysis of our stormy winter, and it says it raises the possibility that disruption of our usual weather pattern may be how climate change may manifest itself, an area it's now actively researching. And it's not just the frequency of storms that's been notable, but it's how much rain they've produced. And the Met Office says there is now emerging evidence that over the UK, daily heavy rain events may be more frequent. This graph of extreme daily rainfall shows what, in the 1960s and 70s, may have been a 1 in 125 day event is now more likely to be 1 in 85 days. It's basic physics that warmer air can contain more water, translating into more rain. What confuses this is something we all know deep down. The Great British weather is incredibly varied. The same weather records we're using to compare wet winters will show us many dry winters too. Our weather can and often does go from one extreme to another. Conclusions for the long term from just one season of storms are, the Met Office says, impossible to make. And even if our weather is changing, attributing that to man-made climate change is even more challenging.